For full episodes of the Diverse Mentality podcast, check the links in the description below. The full video version is available on the main channel, and the audio version is available on your favorite streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Dame Dash, he spoke about what's going on.
Okay.
And this was interesting because this happens, believe it or not, this happens at concerts and festivals. People die a lot more frequently than you would think.
That's crazy, man.
But there's one thing, there's one thing I disagree with Damon Dash on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll mention what it is. But Damon Dash got interviewed about this. You know, what do you think about this? He said this stuff happens. It happened with Diddy at the 1991 City College basketball game stampede. He said, I was there and 7 people died. They got smothered. I saw that happen. I actually lost friends in situations like that. I would hope that it's not intentional. I feel sorry. It's a tragedy and terrible thing. I don't know how the homeboy Travis Scott is dealing with it, but those things have happened, yes, and I've been part of those kinds of tragedies. I've seen what it looks like to see people get smothered in the confusion and the chaos that comes with it. So I actually know what it feels like to be in that situation, but at Puff's event, I was in the stands and got in early, but they all got stuck in the staircase and shit. I lost my friend from school. Her name was Dawn, and she died at that basketball game. Now, this is where I disagree with Damon Dash.
Okay.
He said, this is why you have to be conscious of things. He's now talking about the 9-year-old kid that was at the Astroworld event. He said, you have to be conscious of things. I would have not brought my kids to that festival. This is one thing I would have not have done. So when I hear about children dying, I think, why was a 9-year-old there in the first place? I have nothing but compassion, but at the end of the day, please don't take your little children during COVID to a concert where there are a bunch of adults who you know are going to be high. I'm telling you, that happened 30 years ago, and it still sticks with me. Whether I got affected or not, I get affected. I lost people. I saw people lose their life. Please do not take your children to a concert or festival unless it is for children. If you know there's going to be drugs, do not take them. When my daughter says she wants to go to a music festival, the answer is no right now. And if it's during COVID, do not go. Now, the reason why I disagree with this is because why is the blame on the parent and the child? Like, the blame should be at the event. This should have never happened in the first place. This has nothing to do with you taking somebody there. It has nothing to do with that.
He does have a good point, man.
No, because Travis Scott is marketed towards kids through Fortnite.
True.
So kids are expected to be there. That has nothing to do. That's why the kid liked Travis Scott, because he was on Fortnite. So whose fault is that?
But this is a concert festival, man.
Doesn't matter.
It's not a Fortnite event.
At the end of the day, I would ask Travis Scott, when you go to a festival, do you expect to die? His answer automatically should be no, and it's final. There's nothing more.
I mean, true, yeah.
You don't expect to die at a festival. So Damon Dash is wrong here. He's 100% wrong here. You can't blame a father for a kid.
No, I'm not blaming a father for this at all.
I feel bad for that father, man. He's got a 9-year-old kid that he's burying, and people are pointing the finger at him. That doesn't makes no sense. You go into a festival concert, I don't expect to die. That's the final thing in this. Even in court, I'm sure that's going to be the case.
I wonder how many kids were at this.
There's probably a lot of kids at the festival.
A lot of kids?
Yeah. And there's actually video footage, like the KHOU that took the live footage of what was going on. He was actually far away. So the fact that this happened so far away that the person died, being far as far as, obviously it got out of control. Man. It got out of control, and they definitely do not blame the father. I'm sure the father's probably going to see this. He's probably going to feel even more depressed and sad. That was a bad thing to say. Dame Dash has sometimes he's just stupid. He talks out of his ass, and it doesn't make any sense at all. That's why Jay-Z kind of disconnected from him, because Dame Dash, you're a little like, to him is just like, he's arguing with Breakfast Club at the time,
Right.
They're like, what's going on? He's like, there's nothing wrong with being an employee. He's like, get to be a fucking boss. Like, it's not that serious, man. He's just, So I disagree with that. The question should be, do you die at a concert? No. So you can take people at a concert, whether it's a kid, obviously you got to look after the kid a little bit more. I wouldn't bring a 2-year-old there. It's a little different. A 9-year-old kind of.
At the end of the day, man, that shit just got out of control, and everything was messed up.
Yeah, you don't expect to die at a concert. So I'm surprised that lady didn't counter with that. Like, why don't these people in the interviews, they don't counter with smart shit to say? Like, you guys are just, or they're just scared. Like, I'd be like, Dame Dash, bro, like, you don't expect to die at a concert. Like, I would be like, and if he yells at me, I'll be like, okay, you're just wrong in this situation. That's all it is.